that I didn't go live on. Let's end this. Let's end this. Let's get discard. Discard. Hey y'all, I just realized that I never press live and I'm just talking and talking and talking and talking. And I never press live. So, well, it's a live show, right? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and this is Morning Sip Season 6. You would think it was Season 1, right? That's such an amateur move. I was just going on and on. So, welcome to the show, y'all. I'm going to get right into it, Shay. I'm going to get right into it. And share that we are in season 6. We are in season 6 of Morning Sip with Rev Melissa, and I am so grateful for this journey. And I thought a great way for us to start season 6 is with the 4 agreements. The 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you're not familiar, it's a wonderful book. There's wonderful tools that you can use, and that's why I enjoy it so much. So yesterday we talked about the first agreement, Sekou. We talked about the first agreement. And the first agreement is what? Be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. And I asked this question, Pamela. I asked, what are you willing to be impeccable about in your life? What are you willing to be impeccable about in your life? So that's just the question of this series. So I want you to take that into contemplation. You could make it an inspirational journal prompt for yourself. You can set a bedtime intention, whatever it is, to really go within and see what the answer is to that question. So today we're going to unpack agreement number 2. And agreement 2 is, does anyone know what agreement 2 is in the 4 agreements? I'm going to tell you in a second. I'm writing a banner for it so we could put it up. Don't take, that should say anything. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, possibly, or not. There we go. Don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. And I think this is probably one of my favorite of the 4 because it's very, for me, it's one of the agreements that I could really observe myself being. So I could really observe myself when I'm taking things personally and when I'm not, right? And it's one of the ones that I can also shift almost immediately through practice. I could shift. I said, oh, girl, this don't have nothing to do with you. Why are you taking it so personally? This doesn't belong to you. Leave it where it is. Having those types of conversations with myself. Yeah, Shay, this one is woo. Yes, it is. And Fee, I am willing to be impeccable with my commitments I made to myself. Beautiful, Fee. I love that. Being impeccable with your word. So I want to share a little bit from the book with you about not taking anything personally. And again, this is from the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this is what he writes. You take it personally because you agree with whatever was said. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you are trapped in the dream of hell. What causes you to be trapped is what we call personal importance. Personal importance, or taking things personally, is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. Ooh, I remember when I thought everything was about me, and thankful for the journey of realizing most things that happen with other folks have nothing to do with me. He goes on to say, nothing other people do is because of you. It is because of themselves. It is because of themselves. So that may be freeing for some folks right now, thinking that it has something to do with me, that somehow I'm responsible for how that person is feeling about whatever. The the I often say to my girls when they're like telling me stories, or they'll text me and they're like, "Oh, mommy, we got some tea for you," right? I love some teenage tea, y'all. I do. I love some teenage tea. So usually in the story that they're sharing, what comes up is this phrase. This phrase: "He made me feel blah blah blah." And then I say to them, no one makes you feel anything. You are in possession of your feelings. No one made you feel anything. You could say, I feel blah, blah, blah because of this situation, but no one has the power to make you feel anything. A very it's a very it's like a thin line in discernment, right? What are my feelings and what are other people's feelings that they are attempting to make mine as well? And this can become very frustrating for people who believe that they have the power to make you feel something, and then you don't feel it, and then they get mad because you don't feel it. You ever have that experience? I have had that experience. And let me tell you, most of the time in the teenage tea, that's what's going on. So he goes on to say, you know that you are taking things personally when you have the need to be right and make everybody else wrong. And we talked about that when we talked about Eckhart Tolle's work in A New Earth, when he talks about how do you discern that it's your ego. And you can discern that it's your ego running rampant if you are so attached to being right and everyone else being wrong. He goes on. I'm going to read a couple of more things. There's so much in this chapter. Whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. If they tell you how wonderful you are, they are not saying that because of you. You know you are wonderful. It's not necessary to believe other people who tell you that you are wonderful. Don't take anything personally. And he goes on to say, what if someone says to you that you're not wonderful, that you're awful? Are you going to believe that? If you're going to believe what they say about you when it's positive, then you would also believe what they say about you when it is negative. So don't take any of it personally. Any of it personally. All right. Even the opinions you have about yourself, I love this part. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. The mind has the ability to talk to itself, but it also has the ability to hear information that is available from the other realm. So, all that mind chatter that goes on, don't take any of that personally either. Don't take any of it personally. And we talked about distinguishing between, let's say, our intuition and our ego, distinguishing between guidance and a voice from the past or someone else's voice, right? That we have internalized. So don't believe whatever you hear in that mind chatter. I love that as well. And then the last thing I want to share with you from the book is this: taking nothing personally helps you to break many habits and routines that trap you in the dream of hell and cause needless suffering. Just by practicing the second agreement, you begin to break dozens of teeny tiny agreements that cause you to suffer. And if you practice the first two agreements, you will break 75% of the teeny tiny agreements that kept you trapped in hell. Write this agreement on paper and put it on your refrigerator to remind you all the time: don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. What comes to mind for me is when I was a little girl, I'm the oldest of my mother's four children, and I was the responsible one. Being the oldest, I was responsible for my siblings. And I took that responsibility very seriously. You might have thought that I was like the second mother, and to the extreme, but we're not going to get into all that right now. But let's just say I took it to the extreme at times. And as I got older, responsibility became my identity. I identified myself as being the responsible one. And anytime something happened, I took responsibility for it, because when I was little, if my siblings did anything, I was responsible, not just for what I did, but I was responsible for what they all did. And I would get punished for that. So now I have this belief, right? I have this agreement that I made as a child that I'm responsible, that I'm responsible. And this still pops up for me in my life as a grown woman. I still find myself at times in this place of being responsible, feeling like I'm responsible for making it better. I'm responsible for fixing it. I'm responsible for all the things, right? Still to this day, it's something that I have to be very cognizant about, right? Because I was taking, and at times I still take things personally, that I'm responsible, right? So just look at the agreements that we make in our lives as children for our own safety, for our own, this is the way that I receive love, by being responsible. Children do the best that they can to interpret the adult environment, which gives them cues on how they are expected to behave. And in that behavior, they attach being loved. That's a whole nother sip. But my point is to be cognizant of the agreements that we make in our childhood, because we were children, because of the conditioning, because of the circumstances, because of even generational circumstances that play themselves out, and what we do now. the agreements that we made then that we still carry forth now in our adult life. Don't take any of it personally. I see you, Shay. Shay said, "No wonder you can't sleep. I get that over responsibility is on the net chart. I intend to clear that out now." All right now, Shay. All right now. So I'm really good at through practice and through my own healing journey of identifying when I find myself in that uh habit, in that belief, in that agreement, right? And I'm able to, do what I do, center myself within myself, speak words of truth, affirm, pray, walk, all the tools that I need at that moment that I can use to shift and not go down into some well of sorrow and sadness and suffering, you know? So, signs that you may be taking it, whatever it may be, personally. One, believing the projection. People project their stuff on us all the time. Projection. Believing that is really about you. Most of the time, if not all the time, it has nothing to do with you. You are being projected upon. It's nothing to do with you. Two, when you feel like you are totally invested in being right and everyone else is wrong, check in. Am I taking things personally? I am so vested in being right. Three, needing to be accepted by others to feel good about yourself. Now, being in that position is a position of powerlessness, needing to be accepted by others to feel good about yourself. Four, believing your mind chatter, right? There's a saying that goes, don't believe everything you think. Don't believe everything you think. So believe in the mind chatter. And five, taking on the responsibilities of what others do or don't do has nothing to do with you. Other people's stuff has nothing to do with you. And when we find ourselves taking on other people's stuff as if it belongs to us, we are in the agreement of taking it personally. So the invitation is to observe yourself, especially in your interactions with others, like your loved ones, your family members, your friends, your neighbors, any interaction with another human being. Check in when you're starting to feel whatever you're feeling. Check in to see if you can possibly be sitting in agreement number 2. Don't take things personally. Don't take things personally. Release it and leave it. I'm going to release it and I'm going to leave it because it don't belong to me, right? It's just like if you buy a clothes piece of something from the store and you get it home and you try it on and it don't fit, right? You don't keep it. You return it. Same notion. It doesn't belong to you. Return it. Return it. And you don't need a receipt either. You just return it. All right, all right, all right. So let's check in. Let's check in and then we'll get into some joy news. I see you, Fee King. This sip is speaking to my soul and my mind. Yes, looking forward to our live spiritual coaching session. Yes, Fee and I will be scheduling a live spiritual coaching session, and I will keep you all posted when that is going to happen. I am so excited about that. Hey, Fatima West, words of truth and affirmation. not go into the rabbit holes, catch it in the web. Yes, yes, Fatima. And projection. Yes, people will project. Yes. And you have this conversation with a young person. Don't, these conversations with our young people are so delicious for me. Oh my goodness. I love talking to young people. Fatima said, people who are vested in being right will fight you even when you are not fighting with them. Yes, Fatima. If you say, okay, then we can disagree, they will go ballistic. I've had that experience. Don't believe everything you think. Yes, Sekou. And Fee, I've been taking things personally. I've got to check myself recently while being corrected. The lower vibration Fee would have met my mouth overload what my tail couldn't take back. Thank you for the work. Other people's stuff has nothing to do with Fee. I'm ordering the book on Audibles today. Wonderful, Fee. I received this reminder. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Fee. Yes, yes, yes. Release it and let it go. Release and relieve. I know that's right, Fee. I know that's right. So, practicing, and all we're doing is practicing. All we're doing is practicing. So hold it light, not with judgment. We're just practicing being impeccable with our word, right? And don't take things personally. Don't take things personally. So those are our two of the four agreements thus far. And as I say that, Don Miguel came out with a fifth agreement. So we might do five agreements. But the point of all of this is the opportunity, the invitation. I am encouraging you to look at the agreements that you have made with yourself. And some you may have unknowingly, unwillingly, even, but most of all, unconsciously made agreements to yourself that you can now free yourself from because they're no longer necessary. They're no longer necessary for who you are today. And so you can release yourself. Be grateful. They served a purpose at some point in time in your life, but no longer. And you can let yourself be free from that. So I hope that resonates with you all. Tomorrow we will go with agreement number 3. And next week we'll wrap up with agreement number 4 and possibly number 5. And we're going to also talk about the new agreements. What are the new agreements that you are making for yourself that serve you today? Yes? All right, y'all. So let's get into some joy news. Let's get into some joy news. So, what do we have going on? So, first of all, let me thank Sekou Wrights. We had a wonderful community cafe last night with Sekou. He was giving us a little preview of our upcoming book study that we will be doing on his book, Hack Your Pain Now by Sekou Wrights. He wrote this book before he had the stroke, discovered it after he had the stroke, and published it. And it is amazing. It is an emergency survival guide and 10 easy commandments. So we're going to be using this for our book study at Rockland CSL, where I am the spiritual leader, every Wednesday in May and June. So get the book now so that you are ready to hack your life now. Hack your pain now. Hack your life now. So it's not just about reading the book, it's a book that you get to live. That's what I like to say about Hack Your Pain Now. It's not a book that you just read. It's a book that you get to live, that you get to live. Yes? So please join us. Thank you again, Sekou, for being so open and vulnerable and transparent and honest with your journey. So, May 7th is the first one, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It is on Zoom. Go to rocklandcsl.org and click on Community Cafe, and you will be in the Zoom room, 7 p.m. The cost is just a love offering to Sekou. He is the first author that we have been blessed with to journey with us in the book study. So I am excited about that. All right. I want to let you know if you would like to support my ministry of joy. I have joy merchandise, t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve. It's getting warm, y'all. So get that short sleeve, live life in joy, connect to your yes t-shirt, get the mug, sip joy, get the socks, joy, 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 all at my Etsy store at I am Rev Melissa. All right. Yes, Sekou, you are the first. You are the first. Yes, yes, yes. And you are very welcome. Yes, yes. So tomorrow, please check me out on Eugene Holden's Academy of Self Mastery podcast. This is a new podcast that Eugene Holden has created. You may know Eugene from the Science of Mind magazine. He does the daily affirmations that you can find on page 7. He's been writing affirmations for Science of Mind magazine for like 17 or 18 years. So he is quite committed to the power of affirmations. And I am really excited and honored to be a part of the 3 women who are co hosting the podcast with him. So it airs every Friday at noon. You can go to the YouTube channel, Eugene Holden's Academy of Self Mastery. I am the co host for April, and then we rotate monthly. So please check out the past episodes that we've done for April. All right. I am teaching a new class called Self Mastery Emergence of the True Self. And that is starting on May 15th through June 26th. But our last class is on a Monday, June 30th. And the cost is $240 if you are a Rockland CSL member or a Congregation of Joy member, which all of you are. You can get the cost at $220, and there is a payment plan if you need that. So what I'm saying is, don't let money be the reason why you don't take this class. If it is calling to you, if you want to get deeper in touch with the essence of who you are, your true purpose, do this class. It's a wonderful class, Self Mastery, the Emergence of the True Self. And it's Thursday starting May 15th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. And the classes will be recorded. So if you have to miss a class, it will be recorded and you will be able to catch up. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me and I will answer them. All right. All right. I think that's all the joy news that I have to share today. And I will see you all tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Morning Sip, Season 6. We're doing it, y'all. If y'all have any suggestions for a series, send them to me. I would love to get your input on a series. That will be fun. And yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at I am Rev Melissa. Share the joy news by spreading morning sit with your network, with your circle. I would appreciate that. And like this episode, I would appreciate that as well. All right, y'all. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.